Hey guys! Welcome to the adventures.
Oh, what an adventure it is.
Yeah.
See this? This ain't our truck.
Yeah. So our truck broke down and it's all my fault.
Her fault. She got made a video about, oh, how great this truck's been doing, and
International, you improved it and well done. Yeah.
So a week now it's been in the shop, and we can't seem to get an answer as to what's going on with it. The code said it was an EGR valve.
So I was just driving all along in Fredericksburg, which is like not very far outside of DC, and the traffic's still pretty heavy, and it's like the beginning of rush hour traffic, and the left lane's closed because of construction, and boom, instant derating to nothing. And the shoulder was just barely big enough for me to get over. So I got over up against the Jersey barrier, and I was really grateful I had a 53 for once, because normally when that happens I have a set of doubles, and it's way harder to get a set of doubles nice and straight when you don't have power. So then I get it started back up, and I'm limping it because it derated. It would only go 45 miles per hour. Like, it allowed it to start, but before it broke down, no lights, no codes, no gauges jumping or bouncing, no weird sounds, nothing. Like, catastrophic, boom, it just wanted to die. Scott comes out of the curtain and Willie Jean comes out of the curtain.
Why are you interrupting my sleep? Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Yeah, so I was able to limp it about 1.5 miles up the road, and we got to sit there for 5 hours. Tow trucks and the service people in that area are like, it's rush hour, you can sit there for 3 hours. And then FedEx is like, you guys run a really hot run on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's hardly no extra time. We're gonna send somebody else. We're gonna take your load from you and send somebody else.
What they call repower.
Yeah. Luckily, our boss had another team. That load was canceled going to Nashville, and so they gave our boss the opportunity to have somebody bring us a new truck.
Repower his own trailer.
Yeah, which is great because...
Which never happens.
No, if he wouldn't have been able to get a driver to us and a new truck to us, then we pretty much would have been out of pay for 2 days. Our loads would have been canceled, and then it would have been a service failure on the boss. And then at the end of the year, when it goes to voting point system and how you get the run and keep the run, if you have too many service failures, you don't even have an option to keep the run. So it's a pretty big thing, and you know, we do run harder and it's a little bit more strict. You can't just be like, oh well, I'll just be late. And
no, don't work that way.
No. So many of you like have asked like, what's going on with the truck?
We don't know.
It's more than the EGR valve. I have a theory. It's my theory. The truck kept getting stuck in regen mode 3 months ago. I made a big fuss about it, and it went to the shop. I was told I was crazy.
But the computer didn't say anything was wrong, so
there couldn't be anything.
With trucks anymore, if the computer doesn't say there's nothing wrong with it, then there's nothing wrong with it. That's just the way it is.
And so then over the last month, it wasn't doing a parked regen. Every once in a while, I would hear an odd noise. And for like a few hours, the week before it broke down, it threw an engine code, but it was only up for a few hours, and the boss didn't read it, and it wasn't running odd. So we kept running. It didn't like change the fuel economy, like none of these things that are common.
Oil pressure was still good like it always is. Temperature still good.
Yeah, so I kind of think that it's probably the engine control that has like AI technology to tell you when to like the truck to regen, when the best time to regen, when it's better to do a rolling regen, and the temperatures of all of that system. And we thought like the particular filter might needed to be cleaned, and it just wasn't operating correct. So that was our recommendation. But again, we're not the mechanics, we're not the boss. We were told the truck was just fine. So then it broke down, and now we don't know what's wrong with it. I'm thinking that because of all of that heat in the back feed and it not regenning, and the particular filter probably got clogged, then the EGR valve got stuck wide open and super hot, like,
or closed, who knows,
1,000-degree fumes went through the system, and who knows how far it could have gone. That's my guess is similar what's happening. But how do we pick, what do we do? Like, in that situation, we knew we had to get out of our truck. We knew we were going to be jump seat. We didn't know how long. So how do we know? Do we pack everything? Do we not pack everything? Do we take nothing? What do we do?
We just had to take what we absolutely had to have. We thought it was just going to be a couple of days, but here we are a week later, and you know, some of the stuff in the truck we could probably use, but you just have to figure out what you absolutely have to have, like your clothes, your water, stuff like that, and
bedding. And I always keep extra bed sheets, so I always bring the extra bedding with me, because then it can act as a curtain, because unfortunately this curtain doesn't shut all the way, so I'm glad I brought that, so then the sheet can act as a secondary curtain. Sound machine. Oh, don't forget the pee jug. Yeah, I mean, it's for real life. So I grabbed a skillet, some spoons, spatula, and then the wash pan and the dish soap, and that's pretty much it. So we've just been eating out of the skillet. It's a little ghetto, but y'all, we're making the best of it. Like, I'm not trying to literally pack the whole truck. Again, like, when the truck got there, we didn't have much time to get the stuff out of our truck and get on the road. We were already going to be late with our load, so we had to make do with more of the situation. So we took the basics so that we could still cook and go to the bathroom easier and have our clothes, have our bedding, have our pillows, our gloves, like our work gloves,
charging cables.
Yeah, we didn't bring the mounts or any like that kind of stuff, just the cables to charge our phones. And then the tech gear and the shower bag. But I really did leave like a good portion of my tech gear in the truck. So sorry, this one looks different. Like, we're kind of like chopped off a little tiny bit. But really, you just got to make the best of it. You guys could sit there, whine and cry, or act like there's an extreme emergency and a crisis, and you get out of your schedule, you get out of your routine, and it really just then goes on for weeks. Or you can just really strip down to the basics, keep going with it, cook your meals, and try to get the schedule to carry on like normal, and it's going to serve you best and not let you get near as frustrated. Don't act like it's such an emergency, like, oh, now I have to eat out every day, and now my stomach hurts, and now blah, 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 now I'm going to poop my pants, and
that's so good.
Yeah.
Because we didn't bring the toilet neither.
No. So, y'all, find compromise. And then there's no point in really grumbling to our boss about it. It's not his fault. Does he want a truck down in the shop? No. We're in this Kenworth. It's an old truck. It has we watched 1,000,000 miles roll over on it
Saturday. Yeah,
and it still runs like a champ.
It does still run pretty good. It's got a lot of small things wrong with it that they're probably not going to want to put the money into it, because who knows how much longer it's going to last. I think they believe it's the original motor, so 1,000,000 miles, they're probably
looking at some big work.
They're probably living on borrowed time the way it is.
Yeah. But guys, so that's the gist of our breakdown. We just want to encourage you, you know, do the best of it. Now, if it would have been complete, like this truck is trashed, which has happened to us before, we were far away. We weren't close. We were in Alabama, and it was bad. So we, at that time, chose to take everything out of the truck that was ours, because we didn't even know if the truck was going to make it back. So you gotta weigh in and figure out the best. But normally, you're gonna be able to get back to the truck. A lot of companies then will just have the load taken from you and have another driver keep running it, and they put you up in a hotel and whatnot. FedEx just works a little bit different. They don't have a lot of extra luxury. It's not appointment times. It's strict cross-docking operations, and so it does change that. But y'all, make sure you're being safe. Think through like what would happen if you lost power, so you know how to handle it, so you can handle that situation professionally and safely and whatnot. And is it a little bit scary because he's sleeping in the back and Will is sleeping in the back and they don't even know what's happening? It is, but don't think of it like that. Just think, I just gotta make the best of it and get off here safely. But y'all, be safe and enjoy the adventures.
Bye.